Alright, welcome back to an episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros. Tonight it's Keith, Chris, and Alex. We're going to get into our beer review, our first beer review of the night. Before we do that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot. We're on the push for 300. For all those of you who are already subscribed, we love you. Thank you for everything that you do. And make sure you're dropping some comments and some likes on the videos so our videos get more popular and get out there for more viewers and more people to view our content and enjoy just like you guys do. Like I said, we're going to get into our first beer review. This beer comes from Captain Lawrence Brewing Company. This is called the Golden Delicious. It is an ale aged in apple brandy barrels. Looks like it says that it is the apple of our eye. The Golden D is a lively golden hued ale combined with the depth of flavors of apple brandy barrels, vanilla oak notes intertwined with juicy apple presence. It says intertwined with a juicy apple presence that dances across your palate. Okay. So it's golden, it's delicious, it's golden delicious. So I guess that's how they came up with their name for this beer. And it is according to this, it's a limited release.
Golden Delicious does have apple too, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Is that a tenner?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I got the stats for you right here. 35 IBUs, 10% alcohol by volume.
It's a big one.
3 different types of hops.
No, gee, it's a 20p, whatever the fuck that means.
20 pressure? I don't know.
That might be like the gravity score, I guess,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
It does have a nice gold hue, golden color.
Google beer OG score. Let's see what that pops up.
Smells like the original game score.
The OG.
The OG score.
20p.
Smells like apple.
It does smell like apple, yeah. I mean, it definitely does have an apple taste or smell, but I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh yeah, this is definitely like an apple juice beer smell.
Original gravity.
Alright, you're definitely getting the barrel.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Get the barrel on that. I wonder why they made it so high, like as far as ABV for such a light beer.
Because they're from New York and they're trying to put people down.
Well, apparently.
I don't know.
I mean, I definitely get more of that barrel aged flavor than I do. I mean, the apple's there, but it's not like in your face like I was expecting it to be.
This is a 2-time bronze winning beer, actually. 2008, 2012. Wood and barrel aged strong beer competition.
Well, it's definitely strong. It's got Canadian malts.
The top of, like, the first part of the write-in says there's nothing quite like Mom's apple pie. And if you're going to have this high alcohol content, I would love to see some cinnamon in this.
A little bit of sweetness.
Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't get the
great
apple pie reference because
Yeah.
other than apple, there's no other apple pie ingredient even mentioned.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
So it's a little weird. But I mean, I don't know. I'm getting the tart you kind of get out of, like, you know,
if you're biting
the
into
more
an
sour
apple,
apples, like
Yeah.
the green and the yellow,
The
they have a little more of that
apple,
tart
yeah.
taste to them. I'm getting that. Definitely getting the barrel age. Like you just that distinct alcohol burn you
it
get when
hits.
something's aged in a barrel.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it's like quenching a thirst.
Somewhat.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Somewhat.
I mean, it's a little different. It's weird for it to be so high in alcohol content, for it to be such a light beer. You don't normally see ales in the tins. Like it just doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
So I feel if they cut it back a little bit and became a little more apple forward, I would enjoy this a little bit more.
It's technically an American triple.
Oh, it's a triple. Okay,
But it's just like missing something. I definitely don't love it, and I'm not sure that I quite necessarily hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like if I'm gonna have this major alcohol burn, I want a second, like, powerful flavor. That's why I would really love to see the cinnamon here. I think they're, like Alex said, you can feel the crispness, that almost like sourness of
right, like a Granny Smith apple or
yeah,
a
Granny Smith
golden
apple.
apple.
I mean, like reading this description they have on their website, that's different than what's on the can.
Yeah.
That makes me think that they never actually even brewed it with apples. The only apple exposure it gets is the apple brandy oak barrels.
Yeah.
Which could be, because
that can hinder the apple taste that we're saying is lacking.
Yeah.
That can be, I guess, that could be the culprit of it.
well,
it says the tropical aroma of the hops and the delicate aroma of the apple barrels,
Apple.
or the delicate apple aroma from the barrels. Yeah.
I just feel like that if you're going to call something Golden Delicious, which is the name of an apple,
Oh yeah.
I would think that you would be more apple forward.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
I kind of feel like, because when you first pulled this out, I thought we were getting a cider, just looking at it.
Mhm.
So I was expecting, and I don't know if it's because I was expecting it more to be more of like an apple forward beer, but what you said, Alex, does make sense. Like there was probably no apple in the process of this being brewed. It's more so coming from the brandy barrels.
Yeah.
So with that, I could see it not having that apple forward flavor. But if you're going to call it something Golden Delicious and you pair it with apples like on your can and part of your description, I would expect there to be more of an apple taste to it.
Apple takeover, yeah.
So,
So
like
more
this-
apple forward.
For a barrel aged ale, this would be really great. Like,
Correct.
that's all they advertise it as, barrel aged
sure,
ale.
Sure.
Like they said, like brandy ale, and it had a picture of some girl on there like named Brandy drinking ale.
Sitting on a barrel.
Yeah, while sitting on her own barrel. I think that the score would be a lot higher.
Right.
But I'm one of those people like I really do love the flavor of apple, so I was kind of excited about this.
Right.
But it's not apple heavy like you've been saying, Keith. And
Right.
I think that's where it's going to lack in the score for me.
Yeah, I just feel like if you put more apple in it and brought the alcohol content down a little bit, I think this would be a better beer.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that love this beer the way that it is. I mean, there's probably no doubt in my mind that people love it the way that it is.
Yeah.
But I just feel like if it was a little more, if it had more apple flavor, or like Chris is saying, put something that pairs with apple in, like cinnamon or something like that, so that way you get more of that apple feel.
Yeah.
It just what goes with apples better than cinnamon. So yeah, if you put cinnamon with it, it would, especially with the description of apple pie. Like there's nothing in here that screams apple pie either. So
Yeah. I think it's a good beer. There's nothing wrong with the taste, the flavor profile. I'm strictly just hurting it, or I'm deducting points strictly on the lack of apple flavor, in my opinion. But since I still really like the beer, I'm gonna go with a 7-1.
I'm gonna 6-7. I really think that I'm with Alex on this. I think I see this beer and I say to myself, wow, they could have made this so much better with more apple taste. And if you're going for the apple pie, get some cinnamon in there,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not gonna change.
It's not gonna hurt the
the
beer.
alcohol
No.
of the beer. It's gonna give it a little more forward flavor and almost disguise that alcohol a little bit. So.
Right, especially with as powerful of a spice as cinnamon is.
Yeah.
It would cut through some of that.
Yeah, and I mean, you're always, like, the way this is structured, you're always going to get that barrel-aged feel to it. And
Absolutely.
burn to it, even with adding those flavor depths to it. But, so 6-7 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the 6-8. Like I think we've all hit it, saying, if you're gonna call something Golden Delicious and if you're just not hitting home with that apple flavor. I mean, it's not a bad beer, like Alex said. I mean, it's definitely something that I would drink it again. I'm not gonna turn it down.
Oh, like if they renamed this beer to remove the apple,
I'm sure it'd have a higher score.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a good triple for it being an American.
Yeah,
triple.
which that's one thing I do have to say. Like for triple dry hop, it really wasn't overpowering. On the
No,
hops.
the IBU on that is a perfect balance. It's not hoppy. It's not like drying you out or anything. So. But yeah, I'm gonna be the 6-8 on that. It's not a bad beer. I don't hate it. I'm not gonna seek it out. But if somebody brought it to me and gave it to me, I would definitely drink it. So
The barrels were provided by Layers Distillery since 1780.
oh wow,
Dang.
So that's where they're getting those brandy barrels from.
all right.
But yeah,
So back down the line, that was a 6-8, a 6-7, and a 7-1 on the what was it? Captain Lawrence Brewing Company's Golden Delicious, and that's a review.